Remember the Wii U, this poor console that didn't get the success it deserved? Well, when it first came out, one of the launch titles for this little guy was a game called New Super Mario Bros. U. It was meant to be a sequel to New Super Mario Bros. Wii, and to be fair, it looked more like an HD port of the game with new levels. The game is still separated into 8 worlds, each having at least 1 tower and 1 castle, and inside of those, bosses. Today, we're going to visit those locations and fight the bosses that hide in them. We'll rank all of the bosses in New Super Mario Bros. U from worst to best. Here we go. So, the towers in New Super Mario Bros. Wii had fights against the Koopalings, and then you'd fight a more powerful version of them in the castles afterwards. But this is not the case in this sequel. In fact, all of the towers are home to Boom Boom, the Mad Lad himself. I'd say the first time you meet him, you'll truly understand that he isn't the most threatening boss around. The fight against the first Boom Boom is pretty lame, as all he does is run at you like an idiot, swinging his arms like a crazy dude. Basically, you can just jump over him over and over again, and besides bumping his idiot face into the walls, he won't do anything else. Yeah, he's kinda dumb. Into the depth of Layer Cake Desert's tower lies the second fight against the Mad Lad, and this time Kamek will use his magic wand to give him a brand new epic magic ability. No, he just spins jumps. That's all. It actually took magic for Boom Boom to spin jump? Look at me, I don't need magic and I can do it. Yeah, see, it's exactly the same as him. Anyway, show Boom Boom who the master of spin jump is by defeating him using that exact same move, and he's gone. Yup, it's Boom Boom again. This time we fight him in the Sparkling Waters Tower, and you'd think that this fight would be using water to make it a little bit interesting. Well, there is a tidbit of water down there in the fight arena, but it's just for show, as nothing really happens with it. Boom Boom's new move is his ability to jump higher than before. He'll combine this high jumping move with his spin jump move from the previous fight, and that's all he'll do really. Now, will this next entry be Boom Boom again? Let's find out. Oh my gosh, it's Larry Koopa! A Koopaling enters the list, finally! I was so sick of repeating myself saying that the only thing Boom Boom does is jump around like a noob. So, about Larry Koopa. Oh, all he does is jump around like a noob. Except in this fight, there are some water sprouts that keep appearing. The key here is to stay on a taller sprout and you'll always have the height advantage. Once every couple of jumps, Larry will use his magic wand to throw one lonely blue magic ball at Mario. But that's not what's going to seal the deal, and you'll easily defeat this guy. I don't know about you, but I was really starting to miss having Boom Boom on this list. Well, Boom Boom number 4 takes place in the Frosted Glacier Tower, and he didn't learn any new moves this time around, but the ground is now made out of ice, so you know he's going to slide a little bit more in between his jumps, and so will you. So yeah, that's it really, there's nothing more to this fight. Alright, next! Speaking of ice, the fight against Wendy Koopa is actually pretty cool this time around. Wendy is still using her magic wand to shoot out some rings, but this time they're not aimed at Mario directly. As you can see, the whole arena has some dangerous icicles up there, and once a ring touches it, it will start shaking vigorously and fall down. You want to be away from it at all costs when it does. Sadly, Wendy doesn't throw more than 3 rings at once, and that's only in the final phase of the fight, because for most of the battle she'd only throw 2, giving you plenty of room to dodge all of those icicles. You gotta admire how she ice skates like a true Olympic champion though. These moves are sick. Soda Jungle is one of my favorite worlds in this game, especially the first half where everything is huge. Jungle of the Giants is actually one of my favorite levels ever. and the tower in that world is home of Boom Boom once again, except this time, Kamek actually uses his magic for something that Boom Boom couldn't do himself. Introducing Big Boom Boom, a giant version of the Mad Lad that still does the exact same thing. Jumping, running, spin jumping, and bumping his face into walls. Come to think of it, now that you can do the exact same thing in Super Mario Maker 2, this fight is way less impressive. Oh well. Lemmy always was a fan of big bouncing balls from his debut in Super Mario 3 to New Super Mario Bros. Wii, so you won't be surprised to know that he is still using that tactic in this fight. Except, it seems that he has found a way to combine bombs and bouncy balls this time, creating bouncing bombs, which is pretty cool when you think about it, but then you realize you can't just bounce on them and away from danger, and then you realize this idea actually sucks. Sadly, you don't actually use those bouncing bombs to defeat Lemmy, instead relying on the good old jumping on his head tactic. His final phase involves some way bigger bouncing bombs, which is even cooler looking, but still as useless as before though. Into the depth of the Rock Candy Mines Tower lies once again our buddy Boom Boom, and this time Kamek's magic power will actually change the fight for real. Boom Boom has wings now. This will mean he will dive to try to attack you like a hawk. He has two main moves, the normal one where he tries to attack you, and the other one where he dives from the sides. The problem with the latter is that if you crouch, he can't actually reach you, which renders this attack completely useless. Once again, it's a pretty cool fight, but now that we can do the exact same thing in Mario Maker 2, it kinda loses its charm in a way. I mean, we can even make big flying Boom Boom in Mario Maker 2, so that's even more impressive. So yeah, this one is eh. Next up on the list is the sorcerer himself, Kamek. And I have to admit that this time around, Kamek is way less aggressive than he was in New Mario Wii. Basically, all he does is create some blocks in the arena, then he just teleports around and eventually makes those blocks fall down. That's pretty much all he does, really. Sure, once you jump on his head and attack him, he'll use his magic wand to transform the blocks down there into donut platforms. But since you'll be spending the majority of the fight on those blocks up there, then who cares about the donut platforms? It won't be a challenge at all, sadly. So next we have the fight against Morton Koopa, and this battle is pretty interesting. Basically, Morton is going to play Mario Tennis with a hammer and a pokey, and he's gonna try to destroy you with that technique. He will also stun you with his big boy ground pounds, so you'll have to watch out for that. Basically, wait for the pokey to be almost gone and then jump on Morton's head to defeat him. It's that simple. But now, can we take a moment to look at that beautiful pokey? Why are pokies not in Super Mario Maker 2, Nintendo? Come on, man, make pokies a DLC enemy thing. Inside Soda Jungle's airship lies Bowser's son himself, Bowser Jr. Once again, this little brat is going to be fighting inside his Koopa Clown cart, except it's a submarine now. Basically, Junior is going to launch some homing torpedo heads at you, and you'll have to swim away while trying to get the torpedoes to hit that submarine. I think the premise of this fight is very original and interesting, but it's way too easy. For some reason, the torpedoes are following you around, but as soon as you line them up with Bowser Jr., they immediately go and attack him, so it ends the fight way too quickly. Iggy Koopa was pretty lame in New Super Mario Bros. Wii, which is why it makes me happy to report that he is now pretty epic in New Super Mario Bros. U. Basically, Iggy has been playing a lot of Super Mario Galaxy because he can now walk on ceilings. Whoa! It prevents us from attacking him, cause usually you jump on his head, but how are you gonna jump on his head now? He still has his magic wand that shoots green balls, but it now shoots a red magic ball from time to time, and when that red ball hits the lava, it creates a magmarg. You know, those lava beasts that are super spooky and dangerous? Just dodge them and hop on his head and you'll be okay, but still, it's really cool looking. Koopa was probably sick of only using his magic wand from previous games, because this time around he came equipped with a giant bullet bill bazooka. Can't believe no one thought of using that before. Basically, this fight takes place in an arena full of little boat platforms going left and right, and you'll have to navigate your way through them while dodging his bullet bills and homing bullet bills. Watch out for this epic double-sided bullet bill bazooka attack, as it's really deadly. The blue-haired Ludwig von Koopa is back again in Mario U, and he really developed new epic gamer skills that he never had before. He used to be able to flutter jump in Mario Wii, but now he can actually just fly and glide up there in the sky, and he can create clones of himself now. This is some Dragon Ball Z stuff right there. Not only does his body triples, his magic wand attack does as well, so you'd want to be careful and dodge all of those evil magic balls. Once the 3 Ludwigs come down, you'll have to dodge them as they'll be jumping around the battlefield, and then find the real one and jump on his head. This is pretty epic. Breaking news, this is an original boss. I repeat, this is an original boss, not a Koopaling, not a Boom Boom, not a Kamek, not a Bowser. No, the Sumo Bro awaits you in the second Rock Candy Mines tower, and this new boss will jump on those platforms and step his foot really hard to create electric shock waves. Make sure to jump when he's doing that to avoid getting stunned. To defeat him, jump from under the platform to stun him, and then you can either keep jumping and troll him, or you can jump on his belly and do some actual damage. This boss is super fun to defeat, and it actually makes me sad that there are not more original bosses like this guy in the game. Bowser Jr. is back in this second showdown, and this time around it takes place in the air. And his Koopa Clown car now has punching gloves that he'll use to try to punch you off the stage. Bowser Jr. now also throws bombs, so be sure to avoid those as well. You can defeat him by jumping on his head when he's coming down to punch you, or you can wait for his epic long arm punch attack and then climb up the robotic arm to jump on his head. Now this is one original fight. The final showdown against Bowser starts off again with the classic super easy switch pushing fight. But then the second phase begins, and you have to fight a giant version of Bowser once more. This time around though, his son Bowser Jr. is fighting you at the same time, so the trick here is to dodge Bowser's fireballs and other attacks while you wait for Bowser Jr. to attack you with his clown car. Then jump inside of it and fly above Bowser to do a ground pound on his head. It is pretty fun to be able to fly in the Koopa Clown car and use that vehicle to defeat Bowser himself, hence why this battle is the most original one in my opinion, and definitely the best one. Thanks a lot for watching this video, my dudes. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to know when I post a new video. Click the like button if you want more top 10s like this one in the future. Thanks to my BBQ members for supporting me, and if you want to join Team BBQ and have your name in the credits over there, make sure to hit the join button down there or click the link in the description. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one.